There's like so much going on, I don't even know how to keep up. Whoa. Like how do I didn't get to stop. Oh. Hey there, and welcome back to A Week with Javier once again, where this time around I believe we're trying to catch up with Nightmare Night, and there's another secret night after that. And then I'm not too sure what else is left actually. I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, so I might not speak as much just because I don't know, it feels weird trying to speak when I sound like this from my point of view anyway. So I just might end up not speaking as much, and also because I kind of need to focus on beating Christmas Day. So yeah, just heads up there. Last time we almost made it. It's just that I couldn't see where this guy was, but I looked back at the recording and he was on the right side, I'm pretty sure. I barely saw his eyes, so we're gonna try and just pay close attention. Oh my god. Shoot. Yeah, that time honestly was rough because I couldn't see in time that they had the horns there. I might have to proactively start shutting the doors like when it starts doing that. With the lights, not with the lights, when everything is red and I have to start doing lights, I think that would be the best time to start like proactively shutting doors in case I don't hear anything, for example. I think I heard vents. That was such a cheeky vent play there, holy. I let the virus go. I can't prioritize the virus right now. I almost missed that. Scott. Oh, he might have been in the middle. I can't lie, that it's kind of annoying. After 4 AM, it gets so hard to deal with that mechanic, like, just visually, it's almost impossible for me to distinguish the eyes there. I didn't see it at all. Oh, I barely see in the middle now. Oh my. Almost missed it. Let's go. We finally beat it. I was hoping so much. To not get that, you know, like the lights off mechanic. I was hoping for that so badly. Oh, 7 a.m. Wake up earlier, man. Wake up earlier, please. For my sake. Next time. It was like, oh, my head. Thank God it was a dream. Or a nightmare. But it felt so real. I had the feeling, I felt like I was dying. Well, at least I got fired and it can't get any worse. But I didn't see that thing before. It didn't seem familiar during, well, he didn't recognize it during his work shift there. Being in that place was a really bad idea. But my curiosity increased. Since there's missing people in the bakery, that can be a coincidence. Okay, so that's why. So they started working there because they were curious about the missing people there. I started working there pretty much. I hope the cartoons won't come back. Joke's on you, because there's actually 2 more games. However, from what I understand, people have said not to play those games because they are kind of outdated, because this was like kind of like recently revamped, I think. Or point being, like, the second and third game needs to get their major update or whatever. At least, oh, it's Javier. At least I hope they won't come back. But there we go, we officially get credits. Oh, look at that. There we go, the proper finale to a week with Javier. Obviously there's still a lot more extra content we can still go through, but that pretty much concludes at least like all of the main nights that we can do. I have to admit, I did not think I was going to get this far. I was already having trouble with night. At first I was like, okay, night 6, night 7, you know, that was really, or custom night, was really like, actually no, custom didn't really worry me. I was mainly like, night 6 for a while had me worried. Night 8 had me worried for a while. And then this night I was like, I feel like I could definitely beat it. It was just tough. Also, I just noticed one of the beta testers, they commented on my video. That's why I recognized them. Oh, great job to everyone that was a part of the game. Of course, that was great. In general, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through within the game. Some stuff we're definitely gonna, I mean, I think, again, this is most likely my last video on the game. Obviously we're not done. We still have a few more things to go through real quick, but I wanted to definitively say, yeah, this is my last video on the game, because we've been covering the game now for almost a week. Ooh, note from the developer. I already gave a lot of my effort of making this a game for 2 years. This game was my dream game, but the original wasn't enough for me, so I made this remake. So that's why, so yeah, this was a remake. I don't know how old the second and third game are in comparison. Thanks for playing. Yeah, I had to stay quiet for a second there. I was about to sneeze. To be continued. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Like, restarting that night over and over again was getting a bit rough there. But hey, we got ourselves 4 stars. Look at that. Okay, so here we have Dark Javier. A lot is unknown about this entity, but it's also kind of like consisted of dark matter, like the organic abomination and evil Javier. However, this was created in hell and is a quote-unquote demon who invades your dreams, making it so that if you die in the dream, you die in real life. Did not know that. Okay. And then Dark Javier real life. So same thing here. This is Dark Javier, but in real life, his true form. He's very hard to find and sometimes appears when someone's best friend passes away, or also has a hallucination which kills you instantly. Is this the thing that killed me last video that I thought was like, oh, I don't know what's going on? Huh. Okay. I think jump scares wise, we did, oh, it did get updated with these 3. But that mainly covers that. Free play, we got Nightmare, a secret night where Nick Smith is having a nightmare and the enemy's a demon who can kill you in real life through the dreams, which we pretty much covered. From what I saw someone mention a comment on this, is that this was in general considered to be pretty difficult and only leaves like a lore cutscene, so it probably wouldn't be very fulfilling anyway. Now, I did actually see a comment referencing like some of this stuff, right? So in general, we know this is unlocking all characters in Custom Night. This has to do with touching a weird hat on several cameras after beating a secret night. Now, from what I understand, You have to beat this Nightmare Night first, and then you have to click on the blue hat in camera 4. I don't know if I have to do it in any night, so we're gonna try and do that now through custom night. We're not even gonna actually wait. No, let me add one character because I forgot if this was the game that crashes you instantly if you try. Yeah, this is the game that crashes you if you try starting with 0 at all. All right, so camera 4, touch the blue hat. Okay, let's see what we get here. Okay, a whole new character, I think. Blue Knight. Great. Let's see what we have to deal with here. As if I just finished trying to learn one night, right? Now I have to jump into another. I am not making a separate video on Blue Knight. If I just don't beat this, I don't beat this, but good lord. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Heater. Oh god, makes me think of Flumpties all over again. The hell? Oh, something's moving. Hold on. Hey there, buddy. I can shock you in any camera. Also, lights are not active on this night either. Oh, and of course we have the virus still. There is a shock mechanic, but I'm not sure when we would use it. It's not here. Alright, 70 degrees is too much, it seems. Wait, something else is moving. Is something else moving? Close this. Whoa, what was that? Okay. I don't really want to shock it again, but I noticed our temperature sits at a cool... Whoa. Wait, left. Okay, that caught me by surprise a little bit. Let me see, where is this thing? Whoa. Shut. Jesus. Oh, or is the heater to scare them out of the vents? Maybe that's what it is about. Wait. I got no clue what's happening. There's like so much going on, I don't even know how to keep up. Whoa. Like how do I didn't get to stop. Oh. Alright, so after looking to the instructions, I got a better idea of what to do. So generally speaking, there's 7 mechanics basically. If I hear stomping from one of the sides, like kind of close the door, but that much we get clear. If he's entering the vent, you'll notice there's like it warns me about the temperature, and that's where I pretty much, you know, increase the temperature to kind of like smoke him out. There is a certain, like, I mean, this one's a bit confusing because if I hear a bang from one of the sides, I have to shut the vent, but if you're stomping, it's the door, so I have to make sure to differentiate that. I'm pretty sure he pretty much was going through one of the vents and I didn't notice, so now I know I don't have to keep pressing, doing the thing. As for the shock mechanic, it looks like I shock if I see like tentacles on my face. I'm sure we'll see that soon enough. But for now, that means I'm good. I don't think I have to see them entering the vent, do I? I don't think so. We'll see. Now we just need... I know when it's normal vent sounds, that's when I just raise the temperature. Also, this is like his main room. So this is kind of like where the nightmare is. Oh. So this is kind of like the same room as the... Oh, find him on camera. Wait, do I just find him on any camera? Wait, hold on. Oh, I see. Shoot. Okay, so I get what you're supposed to do there. I think I got it, hopefully. Oh no, vent. That's the bang. Shoot, what did I just say about this? Oh, raise the temperature. Yeah, I know I should have closed the door, but I was worried about trying to find him. Shoot. I don't know which mechanic I failed there, to be honest. Okay, so one thing I do have to be careful is recharging, because he'll block your recharge if you try and do it too much. So I guess I'm being a little aggressive with it. At least based off last night. Oh, he stopped it. Seriously? That's not good. So I wonder if he just stops you from charging altogether at 4 AM, like around 4 AM. I mean, I don't know. Does this even seem like fair? Because I don't think you can make it to 7 AM then. I mean, you'd have to be really good at... I don't know. That one seems kind of risky to me. I think maybe it is possible. but at my point here, damn. Yeah, it seems like they just stop trying to charge it, like they stop your charging completely. Alright, this is probably gonna be my last good try, honestly. If I can get past it at this point, then I'm probably gonna leave it be. The only thing that's weird is that the virus pops up even after they break the recharge. So it's like, once they break the recharge, there's no sense in even like bothering about the virus. We gotta min-max the power here so badly. It definitely went away a lot like, he showed up a lot later, but I mean, I had my power pretty high as well, so I am somewhat confident. I'm just avoiding cameras as much as possible. Pretty much trying to like minimize usage as much as possible. There we go. I should be able to make it, I think. Come on, 7 a.m. to show up already. There we go. Okay. It is close. It is a really close game, honestly, with the power management. Alright, date. March 3rd, 2020. Mover number 1. Alright, I think that's the last one to move. Yo, Jack, check out what I just found in the back of the truck. What the? Is that one of the robots from that old place back 5 years ago? It sure is. How the hell this got here? And also, why are you so happy about this? I don't know why I'm happy about this, but are we gonna move this robot into place? He looks kind of forgotten and broken, and he even has tentacles around his back. Strange and creepy at the same time. I think the management will be okay with this. We'll just tell the builders to make an extra room for this to seal this robot in. Do you think that'll work? I don't know, but it's worth a shot. Alright, let's move this robot into place. Okay. Hey there, just to note that the dialogue is not related to the A Week with Javier story. It's related to another FNAF fan game, a story called Those Nights at Piero's Diner. So the dialogue has nothing to do with this game. There we go, a 6th star. There we go. Wait, what? Why did I say there we go at the end of that? Okay, let's see if there is anything else after that. FNAF Bluro, or FNAF _ Bluro. Unknown amount of years, male, old robot, dark matter. Nobody knows how he came to the place. He is not borrowed by the original creator. Cartoon Studios doesn't know of his existence, yet we know he's not from A Week with Javier. So this is from another fan game, it seems like, right? Those Nights at Piero's Diner. Good to know. Something to keep in mind. So now, that obviously means we have this. Oh, so does this mean we unlock the... This means we have all the characters. So, from what I understand, beta mode is exactly what I kind of said it was, right? Pretty much the version of A Week with Javier before the game page was shown. I'm probably not going to play through this entire thing, but I would like to at least take a look at it. So let's take a look, honestly, real quick. Get an idea of what the game kind of looked like before. Oh wow. Okay, so already it feels a lot more cluttered in here, but the fundamentals are the same. Yeah, you can kind of tell there's definitely some changes, like, visual design-wise. What the hell? Why'd I click on to do that? Wait. The hell? I clicked on something that made that sound. What the hell? Okay, definitely, energy-wise, definitely not the same. Oh, well, I already got in. You can see Violet shows up there. So, already a few differences. You can still use the light even though... Wait a minute. Yeah, he definitely got in the room, right? I'm not going crazy. Wait, what? Wait, he was definitely at the door. Huh. What about Violet? Obviously, you have some different poses as well. Also, the music is the ambient sound is very reminiscent of Five Nights at Freddy's. Whoa, 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 whoa! Why is it? Oh, I must have been seeing that must have been a Easter egg sighting, I guess. I thought for a second that was actually part of the. I thought that was the actual character. I think they made their move. So yeah, you can tell gameplay-wise, like she doesn't disable your lights anymore. In this version. Okay, so basically from what I heard, this is pretty much like a beta, you know, these are pretty much rewards that you get for doing the beta and whatnot. So the two rewards you get here, according to the commenter DWUFY212, beating beta mode or doing nights 1 and night 5 eventually, right, you get like some old tasks that you do. I guess they're supposed to be like old versions of the post-night tasks that you have in this game. So I'm probably not gonna go through that. Well, no, I'm definitely not gonna go through that because again, I'm not really trying to play through the entire game again in beta mode, especially considering how much time these have taken me. And of course, as I mentioned, Javier's adventure gives like a lore cutscene, but it is just so annoying to progress through personally. I just cannot be bothered anymore. Anyway, I've reached my wit's end with this one. So this is essentially max difficulty, Toon Mare, and this includes two additional. Oh no, it includes these two clowns from the special nights. Honestly, I'm happy with 712 and 812. I don't think I can really beat this. I mean, well, for one, what is this? 4, 8, this is 10, 12. Right, because I only beat it with these, the top 6 and these two here, because this character is a Panic Frenzy. This is the older robot. So, let's just see what these two look like. And let's hear the Toon Mare music. Toon Mare 12-12 mode. I don't think this is something I could beat. Good luck. This is pretty much the last thing I could do, besides everything else I already mentioned. We're just gonna take a look at this. I don't think I'm really gonna make a video on it. Oh, that is some very excitable music. I guess we'll see how far we can get on our very first try. Our first and only try. Let's see. I'm already getting the sense that this music is too loud for the game already. Oh god. Oh no, 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 no. I remember now. I remember how much of a pain this is. This is gonna be so bad. Oh no, shut this. Remember that. Brother. I left it open a bit there, didn't I? I think I was supposed to just keep it closed a little longer. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything, or most of everything, with A Week with Javier. The amount of content this game had is pretty incredible, to say the least. I mean, we went through, what, 9 nights? Okay, so like nights 1 through 6. Night 7 is the 7-12 mode that we have here for the star, right? So that's kind of like your night 7 kind of experience, obviously, as custom night. Night 8, right? And then what would we consider night 9 is the nightmare night. And then night 10, I guess you could say, which is kind of like this like offshoot night based off a different game. And that's on top of the like mini game that's pretty difficult here and beta mode. So what are my overall thoughts on the game? Overall, a very enjoyable experience. I am glad that I actually revisited this game. As I mentioned in the very first part, I actually tried making a video on this game a long while ago, honestly. I don't even remember how long ago at this point. It must have been months and months ago. And for some reason, I was like, I don't know, I think I was just not in the right state of mind when I was making the video. I think I was just kind of like haphazardly doing it, not really having a lot of commentary. I think that was it. I think I remember I was like editing the video, I think, and I kind of wasn't happy with what I had recorded at the time. So I was like, you know what, no, we're gonna scrap it. Like, I think I just wasn't in the right state of mind, as I mentioned. So I was like, we'll play this game again another time when I'm actually in the mood to play it, not just because, I'll play it. And so months and months passed, and then finally I was like, you know what, now I'm actually in the mood to play this game. That's why I tend to take my time with like suggestions sometimes. Like, I tend to get quite a few suggestions with fan games, and of course I appreciate all the suggestions because I end up finding out about games that I never heard of before. The only thing is, like, sometimes I don't get to a suggestion very promptly because if I'm not in the mood to play it, I don't want it to kind of like affect the video experience and also my own gameplay experience. Like, in general, if I'm playing a game because I feel quote-unquote pressured, right? Now, I don't really feel pressure, but it's like if I'm playing it because someone just told me to, it's like, okay, let me just get it over with. It never really leads to a good result, in my opinion. So that's why it's like, okay, I always like try to add the suggestions that I see, onto my list. I have them. If their game's out, obviously I'll have installed and whatnot. And then whenever the right time is for me to check it out, right, then that's when I check it out. And so I'm very happy that I finally came back to this game, with the, like intent of actually like going through it, because there's a lot to go through, right? A lot of nights, a lot of different gameplay mechanics. Overall, from like a gameplay standpoint, I mean, visual wise, I love the cartoon style. Obviously, you have like very gory aspect to things, right? Very gory like death scenes and whatnot. And overall, like, these cartoons are portrayed to be demonic, as we see here to some extent, especially someone like Violet and Mindy. From a mechanic standpoint, it is quite like there's a lot to it. Obviously, you have like the classics like shutting doors and whatnot, shutting the vent, music box. You also have like a Foxy-esque mechanic with Maddie. You have vents. You have like, there's like with this kind of game, I guess like the best way of putting it is like the mix of mechanics requires like a lot of like camera interaction and a lot of like tracking of where everyone goes. I would say the most unique mechanic is Javier's, because Javier is about trying to like suss out where he actually is and shutting the right entrance. I think by far that was, for one, the most difficult mechanic I had getting used to, and the most interesting mechanic overall. Overall, I would say there's a mix of various game mechanics, unique power charge, right? The fact that you have to recharge your power, obviously, and that can be affected by the virus. There's like a lot going on from a gameplay side of things. And that's not even to include the post-night sections, which there are quite a few. all of them are pretty different, except for like the last one. It's kind of like a modified version of Night 4's post-night section. But overall, geez, voice crack. Overall, there's a lot of like, again, I guess it's just back to the whole point of like, there's a lot of content, right? You have all these nights, all these post-night sections. I will say to some extent, I feel like the post-night sections did feel rather long to me. They felt almost like as long as a regular night, which I don't think should be the case. I think like ideally they should be half a night's duration, you know, depending on how fast you progress. Obviously that's one thing because it's task based, but it's like, I don't know, I found myself like taking a long time getting through those post-night sections, which made it a bit of a drag in my opinion. So that's something that, you know, I would critique, honestly. That's probably like my main critique with the post-night sections. Also, what is this? There's okay. But yeah, you have post-night sections, you have quite a few Easter eggs. Even when you get past like nights 1 through 6, you know, and get extras, then they toss all sorts of additional stuff at you, right? Obviously, for free play, you have this whole minigame, which I think is too difficult. At the very least, there should be checkpoints, I think, if you're gonna make it this difficult. Then you have your own Nightmare Night, which adds a whole set of different mechanics and modifiers that just feels like its whole own thing. Blue Night, you know, based off a whole different game, basically. Robot from those nights at Piero's Diner. It's just like, it's just cool how like we had so much like go through, and it didn't feel like it was overstaying its welcome. Like again, nights 1 through 6, night 7's a custom night, so obviously that's more about a challenge. Night 8, I feel like maybe wasn't really necessary in my opinion, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got through it rather easily, but I think we could have done without night 8 personally. But then you have Nightmare Night, which was a huge like shift in terms of gameplay, and Blue Night is not as much as a shift. It's you know, obviously some tweaks here and there. And then beta mode's kind of like to show off how the game looked like way back when, before, if I understand, before the game page was even shown. I guess all in all to say, this was a game that had quite a lot to explore and go through, and at the same time was pretty fun to kind of play through as well, right, from a gameplay side of things. As for the story, we don't really know much about the story, obviously, though we can kind of get the idea that these cartoons are in fact haunted. You also have robots that maybe aren't haunted per se, but they were just designed to act very suspiciously, right? So you have like, kind of like a mix of those different types of beings going on. And so of course that leaves me curious as to where the second game is going to go. Obviously, I'm going to take the suggestions from the comments and wait for the second game to actually get like its major update, whatever that major update is, whether it's like a remake update or something. I'm not exactly sure what the update is that they're referring to, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on the game page so I can get an idea of what exactly is upcoming for that, so that whenever that update does come out, I can then cover that game. But of course, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, let me know what you enjoyed from the video and what you want to see from me. Great job once again to everyone that was a part of this game. It was a pleasure, and I am eagerly awaiting the second one. And with that said, I'll see you in another video. Thank you for all the support as well, by the way, on this series. You know, we did do quite a lot of videos on this, but the support on this series in particular has been pretty nice to see. So thank you. And with that said, I'll see you in another video. Take care.